huge, dim cavern that smelled of fish. So fishy. There was a narrow ray of light shining into the cavern, and when Jonah looked up, he saw a hole above his head. Suddenly, he felt the cavern move, and to his amazement, Jonah realized what happened. He had been swallowed by a whale. God had seen his prophet alone and helpless in the sea. He was pleased that Jonah had sacrificed himself to save sailors, so he had sent the whale to keep Jonah safe. Ayun ako, kinain siya ng whale. Kneeling down, Jonah spoke to God. "I'm sorry for disobeying you," he said. "Please let me out of here." But there was no reply. Was it because walang load si Lord or walang signal? Jonah beat his hands against the inside of the well, but he could not escape. So Jonah lay inside the well for 3 days and 3 nights. Aba, naki-hotel pa sa loob. He was tired, wet and cold, and he felt weak with hunger and thirst. Worst of all, he was terrified. What if he were struck inside the well forever? What was God's plan for him? At last, Jonah shut his mouth, his eyes, and prayed. "God, am I ready?" He whispered into the darkness. "I will gladly do what you've asked." Suddenly, everything started to shake, and a light flooded the cavern. Jonah squeezed his eyes, shut his tumbled head over heels through the well. "What's happening?" he cried. When Jonah opened his eyes, he was lying on soft, warm sand. So isinukan na siya ng whale. The whale had spot him on the dry land. Then Jonah heard God's voice again saying, "Go to the city of Nineveh, Jonah," said God. "Do what I have asked you." "I will," promised Jonah. He climbed to his feet and set off right away. Diyan na tayo pupunta. When he arrived in Nineveh, Jonah was sure no one would believe he was a prophet. But he kept his promise to God and preached his message in the marketplaces. Pumunta siya sa market. He spread God's word from slums and shacks to temples.
Marketplaces, hindi lang sa market.
And temples and places. Marketplaces mo. Marketplaces. Turn to God and repent.
Mga businesses.
Okay, palaces. Okay. Turn to God and repent, or He will punish you, Jonah told the people. To his surprise, people everywhere stopped and hear him speak. They believe what he said, and God's word spread. Even the king of Nineveh listened to Jonah's message. He changed his royal robes to simple cloth to show how sorry he was for his sins. No one in Nineveh will eat or drink until we have shown God that we are sorry for all the things that we have done wrong, said the king. I hope that he will be able to forgive us. God heard Nineveh's prayers and pleased with Jonah. I will not destroy the city, he told Jonah. They have obeyed me, so I will show mercy. But instead of feeling proud of helping to save the city, Jonah felt angry. What's wrong with you, Jonah? Why were the Ninevites punished? He cried. Should you really be angry? Asked God. Jonah, huwag kang masad kasi hindi naman talaga pinanis ni Lord yung Nineveh. Jonah did not reply. He stormed